Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to the final part of the 2020 holiday special. Today we will be reviewing the Satoshi Kon classic Tokyo Godfathers. This is our final part of a very Satoshi Kon holiday, and the one I've been probably the most excited for right off the bat, just because of my love for this movie. Um, and while it's just a review, because I've already seen the movie, so I can't react to it, um, I am very, very happy to be talking about it. Um, so, this is going to be a very simple review. I'm not going to get a lot into spoilers because while the movie may not be like other movies and really rely on surprises and stuff, I definitely think this is one that you should see um, rather than have it all be told to you. So it's going to be a very simple review, probably going to be pretty short. I'm just going to keep it simple and to the point. So, the general synopsis of the film is that three homeless people discover a baby at Christmas time in the trash and work to find the baby's family. That's the main synopsis. Um, so, the three main characters, I can only remember two of their names. There's one whose name is Geen. He's kind of an older man who's just kind of a cynic, but he's not a bad guy. He actually has a heart of gold. He's a great dude, but he's very cynical about everything. There's this girl. I want to say her name is the name that keeps coming to mind is Miyuki, and I'm not 100% sure if that's correct. She's the one I couldn't remember. I think it might be Miyuki though. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I'm going with this off of the top of my head, by the way. Um, Miyuki is a teenage runaway. She's very headstrong and a little confrontational. But then the third character is a trans woman named Hana. Hana is very loving, caring. She likes to act in a motherly way, not just towards the baby they find, but to all of them, really. And she's really the emotional core of the film, if I'm being honest. Um, the film is directed by Satoshi Kon, but unlike some movies in his repertoire, there's no real mindfuck element here. It's not very confusing or weird or like psychological. It's really not. It's a very simplistic story that's told in honestly a very simple way. There's a couple twists and turns here and there, but nothing that really like catches you off guard to a point where it just completely screws with your head. No, nothing like that. The movie is definitely more down to earth than some of Satoshi Kon's other works, but by no means does that make it bad. It's very simple, but it's also very full of heart and just so much fun. It truly, truly revels in its messages of family, togetherness, love, and just doing what's right. And the characters really make it work. Um, it's just it kind of leads into this kind of mystery adventure kind of story where they're just going around trying to find the baby's family, and they get into all these kinds of wacky shenanigans, and they meet all these different kinds of interesting characters, get caught up in some really fascinating little side stuff going on with other characters, and it's wonderfully interesting to see everything that happens. There are even a couple moments that get pretty intense. um, the soundtrack is wonderful. Like, look up on YouTube just the theme song of the film. The theme song of Tokyo Godfathers, which I believe is just called Tokyo Godfathers as well, is just really fun. It has this really fun energy to it where it's like it clearly sounds like a Christmas song, but at the same time also sounds like its own thing. And it's really funny. It's kind of ridiculous, but in the best ways. It gets you dancing, gets you having fun, and gets you in the mood for a good film. The voice actors are fantastic. I've seen the movie multiple times, and every time I do, I'm honestly surprised at how good the voice acting is for all of the characters. But then there's the dub, which I actually saw in theaters at the beginning of this year before the pandemic really hit and everything. Like right before it actually hit. Me and a friend went and saw the dub in theaters, and it's really good. They got a like an actual trans woman to voice Hana, which is amazing representation. And she even got nominated in a Dubby Award this year, just recently. So that's also really awesome. Um, but all the voice actors in it do a really fantastic job. Like they really do. The soundtrack outside of just the big song like that is also just really good. You got a lot of great scenery, a lot of great visuals. Like this movie came out, I think, in the early 2000s, and it still looks really damn good. The story holds up. It's really just it doesn't feel like a movie from that long ago. It really doesn't. Um, and that's just wild to think about that a movie has held up that much. And there's been plenty of films that have, even much older than that. Like for example, 12 Angry Men from the 50s still, in my opinion, holds up extremely well and is still a phenomenal film. And as I've stated in the past, in my eyes, one of the only perfect films out there. Like just entirely perfect. Um, but yeah, yeah, I really, really love this film. Um, the messages are great. The pacing is awesome. There's a lot of wonderful humor. And I really want to go back to Hana for a moment there because yeah, I'm a trans woman, so I want to talk about the trans female character. Not once in the film is she ever made to be like this freak or to be just a comedic relief character. She's never made out to be like her being trans is this thing to laugh at or to make fun of or anything. She's, like I said before, kind of the emotional heart of the entire movie. She's a lovable character who, while yes, her fellow homeless friends will occasionally poke fun at her and uh, call her names or stuff. It's more out of just their cynical nature and whatnot than them actually hating her. In the end, she's actually a really beloved character and is just really wonderful to see. Like it's really wonderful to see a trans character treated with this much respect out of an anime when honestly in a lot of cases it's treated as a joke in a lot of anime and cartoons and whatnot. The idea of it is treated as a joke, a punchline, and it's wonderful to see that it's not here. That again, Hana is a respected character, a beloved character. Fans of this movie adore Hana, and she's definitely my favorite part. And again, part of that is because trans woman, so it's like kind of have that connection. Um, but yeah, it's just really good. There's some really great animation moments, and it's nothing in the same vein as like Paprika, where you have that giant parade. It's nothing in the vein of like Perfect Blue, where you have all the mindfuck imagery. It's nothing like that. It's again a lot more simple, a lot more just held back and restrained, but in a good way, in a way that fits with the tone and story of the film. It feels natural. Like you don't need to have all this crazy imagery or anything. The lighting that you see in it from like Christmas lights and stuff is gorgeous. The expressions is where it really shines. There are some amazing expressions. And the writing itself, there's, like I've talked about it having some really funny jokes and stuff, but the writing is just really great on all accounts. There's great comedy, there's great drama, there's great action sequences, even. And it's just like, wow. It's like everything is put into this, but again, it all feels kind of natural. It all feels like it fits, like nothing is just completely out of place. And I really love that. Um, Overall, this film really kind of does it all. And it's unashamed of that. And I love that about it. It's a fantastic film with a lot of heart, a lot of great moments, a lot of great comedy, and just characters that you can't help but love. Um, and some of the twists that come with these characters, especially near the end, like really get you loving it even more. Um, but but that's just my opinion. That's just my thoughts on the film. Tell me in the comments below what you think of Tokyo Godfathers. And thank you so much for tuning in to the 2020 holiday special, a very Satoshi Kon holiday. I hope you enjoyed all the reactions we did to Rojan Z, Millennium Actress, and Paprika. And I hope you've enjoyed this review as well. If you have not yet seen Tokyo Godfathers, I would definitely suggest it. Um, like I said, it's personally my favorite Satoshi Kon film, and honestly, one of my favorite anime films, period. Definitely one of my favorite Christmas films. And this one, unlike some movies out there, actually is a Christmas film because Christmas is an actual integral part of the story. But, anyways, yeah, like I said, tell me your thoughts down below, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.